the cardiologist said, you have this right bundle branch block. And I said, what causes that? He says, well, in all parts of the body, our body gets rid of sick, old, and dead, cells that are dying. You just can't replace them fast enough. And I thought, wow, here I am. I'm stuck with that. But I had been elevating my GHK copper peptide. Fast forward a year and a half, I had another stress echo done. Right bundle branch block no longer present. Welcome to Root Cause Holistic Health. I'm Dr. Jon Harmon, physician, brain health expert, and your host on this no-fluff journey into whole body healing.
And I'm Tracey Green, wellness coach, mom, and co-host. This is the space where we get real about what actually heals, not just what's trending.
If you're done with surface level advice and ready to understand your body, your mind, and your health from the inside out, this podcast is for you.
We're here for the raw conversations most people avoid. We don't sugarcoat, we don't shame. We offer tools, truths, and transformation.
Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Jon Harmon. My producer asked me to tell everybody what I'm passionate about right now. What am I teaching? And immediately, what came to mind is peptides. I've written 2 books about peptides. One is called How to Reverse Aging, a comprehensive guide to copper peptides. And one of them is called The Reverse Aging Power of Epitalin. A lot of people haven't even heard of those peptides. They're so important for not simply maintaining your health, but regaining your health because they both have reverse aging properties. How did that happen that I was so passionate about that? Well, back in 2020, I started using the GHK copper peptide. And it was a very unique technology that allowed me to, quote, use it. There are different ways that you can get peptides. You can get them through an IV, you can get them through an injection, or with the new technology that was commissioned by the US Navy prior to 2004. And a very smart scientist figured out a way to signal your body to make more of your own. So that's what I started doing in 2020. Unbeknownst to me, when I started using it, when I started using this product, I did not know I had a right bundle branch block in my heart. If you don't know what that is, look it up on PubMed, National Institute of Health. If you have one of those, all-cause mortality goes up. I was a distance runner. I used to run 40 to 50 miles a week when I was in my 20s. Life happens, things happen. I broke my leg skiing, I tore my cartilage. After a few years, that was probably 6 years after that, I stopped running and started doing speed walking. And that looked kind of funny to me. So I started doing other things for my exercise. However, the degenerative process marched on. And I couldn't do as much aerobic type exercise. And then the knee started hurting a lot. And I wasn't really challenging my heart under really getting my heart rate up really fast. And so when my wife and I started walking and I tried to walk up this hill, I felt like my heart was going to pound out of my chest. I didn't know what was wrong. I thought, man, I really must be out of shape. But I'd started the journey with the GHK copper peptide in March. I had a knee replacement coming up in August. And the surgeon said, you got these funky things in your heart going on, because I was skipping some beats and things. And he said, let's order a stress echo. So I had the stress echo done. The report came back. I had PVCs, which are preventricular contractions, and a right bundle branch block. And the cardiologist said, you have this right bundle branch block. And I said, what causes that? He said, well, in all parts of the body, our body gets rid of sick, old, and dead, cells that are dying through the process called apoptosis. The same thing happens in the heart. You just can't replace them fast enough. And I thought, wow, here I am. I'm stuck with that. But I had been elevating my GHK copper peptide, and my first thought was, why didn't it heal me after 4 months? Fast forward a year and a half, I had another stress echo done. Right bundle branch block no longer present. And I started wondering, how did this happen? So I started digging through the research and found 91 references about the GHK copper peptide all the way back to 1977. And one of the things I found is that it turns on the gene that signals your body to make more of your own stem cells. I said, aha, this is what has been happening. So I thought, well, this was really horrible, digging through all the research. I think I'll write a book. So I wrote a book about it. It was published 2 years ago, so in 2023. And then a year later, I published my second book about the second peptide, and that's called The Reverse Aging Power of Epitalin. Epitalin is the synthesized version of epithalamin, and that's another peptide that I was getting an increase in my body. It's called the reverse aging peptide. It actually repairs the endings of our genes called the telomeres. The telomeres are what hold your chromosomes together. When they have to divide, they have to separate. When there's a new cell that's being made and the cell's going to divide, and they have to separate, replicate, and come back together. And each time that happens, you lose a little length in your telomeres. It is that peptide that signals the repair of those. So each cell can divide up to 30% more times without dying. And so that's why they call it the reverse aging peptide. So I've been really passionate about helping people understand this. If you want more information, what the heck are you talking about, Dr. Harmon? You can reach out to us through Root Cause Holistic. We are digging deep and helping people wade through and clear out the fog and then go through the muddy water to what is true. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of, I would say, false information. I don't think it's right to call other people's opinions misinformation or disinformation. We just want to help you find the truth. So tune in, tell your friends about Root Cause Holistic, and we're going to help you dig through and dig deeper and get to the truth. See you on the next podcast. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to Root Cause Holistic Health. We're here to help you uncover what's really going on and empower you to take the next step in your healing journey.
Whether you're a mom, a dad, or just someone ready to stop settling for Band-Aid fixes, we hope today's episode gave you something to think about.
If you found this episode valuable, do us a favor, share it with someone you love, and leave a review so we can reach more families like yours.
Make sure to hit follow so you don't miss next week's episode. We've got more honest conversations, practical tips, and root cause wisdom coming your way.
Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and most of all, stay connected to what truly matters.
We'll see you next time on Root Cause Holistic Health.